I really can't believe it. I can't believe you missed it. I can't believe an ingrate like you is my sister. Why didn't you come to Mom's funeral? Funeral? I don't know anything about that. When did she die? The day before yesterday. She took such good care of you. You ungrateful bitch. There's no way I would go. Are you serious? I tried to call you several times, but it said it was a disconnected number. I never received a call. Maybe you called my old number? The one with the 33 at the end? Oh, come on. I told you I changed my cell phone. Sorry, I forgot. If it's an unused number, you should at least use your head and remember. You could have just texted me. I was in a hurry. I didn't even think of that. Were you a pallbearer? Who else is there? It was a lot of work. I did everything, and I mean everything. It was really hard. I got tired of dealing with relatives and stuff. You weren't there for Dad's funeral, so it was just me and Mom. It couldn't be helped. I was in the hospital. What are you trying to say? That we're even. Why are you so unconcerned? Your mother is gone. Aren't you sad? Not at all. How is that possible? Mom died. How can you be so cold-hearted? Don't you at least want to rush over to her right now to offer some flowers or something? Since when did you become so cold-hearted? Since when did you become such a big liar? I don't even know who to give the flowers to. What? What are you talking about? I just saw Mom. What? I thought someone looked like her, so I called out to her, and it turned out to be Mom. I was surprised to see her in New York, but she seemed to be in a hurry, so we didn't have time to talk. What? There's no way. She was even cremated. Who did you burn? Did you have a dream? Are you okay? I can't believe you can't even recognize your own mother. It's impossible for a dead person to be in New York. Or did you see a ghost? I don't get it. There's no way I would tell such a bald-faced lie. That's why I'm surprised. If it's a prank, why don't you come clean now? Then why don't you come see the remains? That would make you believe it. You're not going to know who it is when you're looking at the ashes. I know, but... Then what was the cause? It was an accident. If she was sick, I would have told you earlier. But it was so sudden. And that was the day before yesterday. That's impossible. Laura, maybe you're tired. Or maybe you're mentally ill. No, I have fun every day. And I have a lot of free time. I'm worried about you because you say a lot of strange things. Why don't you go to a doctor? Maybe the shock of hearing about your mother's death has made you crazy? I'm perfectly sane. You're the one who's crazy enough to go to a funeral for someone who you aren't related to. You should go to a hospital. I'm not trying to fight with you. At least come home to offer your condolences. I don't want to. It's a waste of money. You can't even pay for the trip to Boston? Mom won't rest in peace with a daughter like you. She's not dead. She still has her feet on the ground. She's really gone. Oh, so there's no inheritance or anything? Of course not. It's like she was barely getting by. Oh well. You were counting on something like that? It'd be nice if there was, right? Forget it. I'll take care of the rest. Bye. Call me when you find the inheritance. I don't know what you call this kind of thing. The thing where you get a memento? You mean heirlooms? I guess the name doesn't really have a twist to it. I'll take the clothes and watch for now. I'm her daughter, so it's okay if I take them, right? What? You're back? I'm free to come to my parents' house whenever I want. Are you out somewhere? I have to go to the city office and the bank and take care of all kinds of stuff. I have to do it all by myself because you wouldn't come home. You disrespectful bitch. I see. Where did you hide the mad money? I can't find it all. Why do you need that? Because it's half and half too, right? We're the only 2 kids. It disappeared with the funeral expenses. How much do you think it cost? I thought you would at least give me some money for the trip. You have at least that much, don't you? Oh, you have the death certificate and everything. I thought you were lying. Of course not. I asked around the neighborhood. They all said they were at the funeral, so you weren't lying. You really had your doubts? Yeah, I did. I guess I was wrong about the person I saw. She's really gone. Yes, she is. I've been telling you that from the beginning. I know some of my friends went. I should thank them. Do that. So, how much insurance is there? Are you in that kind of trouble? Why do you think so? Because you keep talking about money. I'm just checking. You want to take what you can get, don't you? They say that money is the biggest problem in situations like this. I wanted to get it out of the way. Unfortunately, she didn't have any. No way! I bet you couldn't afford to pay the premiums. It's a lonely old age, isn't it? Maybe one of us should have gotten married and given her some grandkids or something. Being single at 35 is definitely a sin. What are you talking about? You're only 2 years older than me. Being single at 33 is a sin enough. I love my job. And by job, you mean being an unsuccessful theater actress? I hear you're basically working part-time. Well, yeah, so it wouldn't hurt to have some money. Well, that's too bad. It was all I could do to pay for the funeral. Still, I didn't know she had such a nice watch. I heard she bought it with Dad's insurance money. She said she wanted to be able to have him with her all the time. She was more of a romantic than I thought. I didn't know that. She must have taken very good care of it. It's still beautiful. You want it? Take it. You sure? Go ahead. I'll give you half of the money after I get rid of the house. But it will take some time. I don't even know if it will sell. Okay, got it. Do you believe me now? Sort of. I mean, with this much evidence to back it up? I'll be home in about 2 hours. Do you want to stay? No, I'm busy, so I'm gonna go. Okay, don't be a stranger. Okay. By the way, when are you moving to Brooklyn? Huh? You bought a nice apartment. I'm so jealous that you and Mom live together. I want to be part of it. What are you talking about? Mom's gone. You realized that, didn't you? I thought you finally grasped the truth. Have you lost your mind again? One of my classmates is a total weirdo. What are you talking about? There's this woman who goes to people's funerals and doesn't even bring flowers, but just chows down and leaves. That's terrible. What about it? I heard from a friend from school that she was there at the funeral, so I thought I'd thank her when I went home the other day. So I went to see her. Wow, what a sense of duty. And she didn't disappoint me. She's a weirdo. What? She took a picture of inside the coffin. Huh? Oh my god, when did she do that? She said they were told that Mom was badly injured in the accident and not to open the casket. It seemed like they were trying to scare everyone, but that didn't seem to work on the weirdo. Instead, it made her want to open it to see something scary. A delinquent's behavior is hard for ordinary people to understand. And then she showed me the picture. Are you trying to say that the face is different? It's a different person. It wasn't Mom. Sometimes their face swells up and they look like a different person. She was badly injured in the accident, so it's only natural that her face looked different from when she was alive. But that one is too different. She didn't lose that much weight. You haven't seen her for a while, so you don't know her. The lady next to me, she said she was as plump as ever right before. Different people see things differently. What are you hiding? You're the one who's suspicious. Whose funeral was it? Will you stop it? I'm still recovering from the loss of my mother. I can't believe how much she changed from the incident either. It's hard to believe that was Mom, but there's no mistake. Don't be weird. I knew you wouldn't admit it, so I checked it all out. What can an unemployed person do? Even if I'm unemployed, I have a lot of friends, theatre people. What's a few people with a lot of free time going to do? You don't know how strong a bunch of bored people can be, do you? After I found Mom in Queens, I had one of my junior troop mates follow her. What? What's that? I didn't know that. I didn't tell you. She got in a taxi bound for Brooklyn, so I hurriedly got my friend in the taxi. Anyway, I gave him all the money I had. Yeah, so? What's the point of following someone who wasn't Mom? What a waste of money. Really? I confirmed she went into a small apartment in Brooklyn, a person from Boston. If she was going to Brooklyn, it would be a trip, right? Then she would usually stay in a hotel, right? I don't know, maybe that person went to a friend's house. Well, we know where she is. You're wasting your time. So, here's the great part. Enough. I don't have time for your delusions. I guess you do when you have nothing to do but fantasize. I'm sorry, I'm busy. I'm almost done. Just hear me out. That weirdo friend says that the woman in the coffin looks just like the homeless woman who used to live in front of a supermarket. Who'd remember a homeless woman's face? She's just talking shit. Don't take a weirdo for granted. She even begs the homeless for food. She's hated even in that neighborhood. What? The one who gave her the most was a homeless person named Daisy. She insists that's the person in the coffin. She said she remembered her face because she was so beautiful for a homeless person. So she took a picture of the person in the coffin and kept a record of it. So she kept proof that the person in the coffin was Daisy. What kind of evidence is that? Who would believe such a delinquent statement? That's right, she's been involved with the police many times. She said if she went, they wouldn't believe her. That's for sure. So I decided to go. What? The person in that coffin wasn't my mother. I saw her and I confirmed that she lives in Brooklyn. That's all you need to know. You're an idiot. That's not enough to get them to move. You're not as bad as a delinquent, but you're a bored theatre group member with no social credibility either. There's no way the police will investigate such a delusional story. I wonder. We also got fingerprints from the person who lives in Brooklyn. Huh? Well, I just picked up a discarded plastic bottle. That's illegal. I just picked up trash. You want money? How much to keep your mouth shut? That's a fat insurance payout, huh? I mean, are you going to admit it? Just tell me how much, then go the hell away. I don't want your money. You wanted it so bad before. If I didn't act like that, there would have been no reason for me to come over to the house. Did you do it on purpose? Yes, I did. I'm still an actress. I'm not famous, though. I looked like a spoiled sister looking for inheritance or insurance money, didn't I? If you don't want the money, what do you want? The truth. I want the truth. If I tell you, will you keep your mouth shut? Okay. Really? If any of my relatives become a criminal, it would screw up my future. That's true. So, how did it happen? It was the middle of the night. We were at the scene of an accident involving a homeless woman. It was a hit-and-run accident, and there was no one around. I panicked and tried to call an ambulance. Mom stopped me. Why? This is me, she said. She wanted me to pretend she was dead. So I did as Mom said. I had a funeral and pretended she was dead. So why? Pretending to be dead with someone else's body? That's like some kind of a plot from a novel. What did she want to do? Mom was in a lot of debt. I was helping her pay her bills, but she was borrowing from suspicious sources too. She kept paying it back, but it just wouldn't go away. Why would she have debt? Well, it was the usual drinking and gambling. She was out drinking every night and playing pachinko until they closed. Why didn't you stop her? Couldn't you have done something about it before it got so bad? I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. She's so stubborn in her old age. I see, but that doesn't mean this is a good idea. I know, but she's even been going and borrowing money in my name. They even came to my office to collect. There was no way I could rely on you, a poor theatre group actress. I had no choice. But you know what? Oh, it's okay for you, right? Just ignore your parents. Chasing your dreams, doing what you love, and I'm the only one who's getting the short end of the stick. Couldn't you have done something about it, or didn't you stop her? You're in no position to talk. You left Mom and me and went off to do what you wanted, and that's what got me in this mess. I really feel bad, you know? That's the truth. Are you satisfied now? If you want to go to the police, go ahead. Yeah, I'll go. Huh? Wouldn't you usually say you're not going? No, I usually wouldn't, because everything you just said is a lie. Where do you get that? Mom told me everything. I don't know what she said, but she's lying. She's trying to make me look bad to protect herself. She's the kind of woman who gets into a lot of debt and tries to avoid it by pretending to be sick. She doesn't mind at all making her daughter look bad. You're the one who tried to get the insurance money by pretending that your mother died. It was also you who sent her away to a small apartment in Brooklyn. Don't be fooled by the delusions of an old woman. Mom was crying. She said she didn't want to do it. She said it was horrible to the person who died and that she couldn't face me. Just leave me alone. Bye. That's not how it works. She's going to have to live in hiding from now on. She doesn't have long to live, so who cares? That's terrible. I never realized how controlling you were. I had no idea. It's definitely my fault for chasing my dreams and not taking care of my family. So I'll take responsibility and expose your sins. My sins? Everything you're saying is just a fantasy. What proof do you have? You're right. Mom's so mechanically challenged, she can't even use a smartphone. But the memento Dad left her. Did you know that she could use the voice recorder? Huh? Do you know why I'm holding out on you when I have conclusive evidence? Because you're her daughter, for Christ's sake. Where's the voice recorder? I took it. I didn't want Mom to be a target. Give it to me. I'm not giving it to you. I shut it when I heard it. Bitch, if you want to live, you're going to have to do what I say. You're a person who doesn't exist in this world? Take this money and go? That's... How is she supposed to live with only 50,000? If she doesn't have a social security number or identification, she can't even work. What a pain in the ass. Huh? Of course I wished she would just go away and die somewhere. She doesn't have long to live anyway, and it's hard for her feeling guilty even if she lives. So just give her 50,000 to play around with and have fun till she dies. What are you? I don't even want to think of you as my sister. You don't have to. I don't even consider you my sister either. You did all this for a mere 360,000 in insurance money. Mere? This money will put an end to a life of being chased by loan sharks. Of course I was desperate. But that doesn't mean you can't tell the difference between what's right and wrong. If I could, I wouldn't be doing it. If you hadn't run into that old hag, it would have all worked out. Oh, this really sucks. I did everything I could to keep you from finding out, and you just happened to get in the way. I know you lied about calling me before the funeral. You didn't want me to see what was in the casket. That's right. I went to a lot of trouble to get my relatives not to call you, okay? And now it's all for nothing. Their insurance money will be returned. I don't have it anymore. I paid back the loans. Not having the money won't solve the problem. It'll go to court and the police will get you. Please, will you help me? I don't think so. It's easier to hide in jail than play tag with the loan sharks. You little shit. You were always a drag. I never respected you either. You're always so cynical with your empty eyes. I stayed away from our house because of you, but now I regret it. I hate myself for not noticing what was happening to Mom. If I'd noticed sooner, none of this would have happened. Well, where shall I run away to? You don't have any more money, do you? Yes, I do. I sold our parents' house. What? Of course, they're gone, so see you later. Wait! Did she think she could escape from the police? If so, she's pretty stupid, and getting caught in one day is even more stupid. I didn't observe the trial, so I don't know much about it. It looks like she's going to be in prison for some type of crime. I think she's guilty of insurance fraud and falsifying the insurance documents. I got my parents' house back safely. However, there is no way I can go back to my parents' house because of the neighbors' prying eyes. I sold my parents' house and moved in with my mother in New York. My weirdo classmate and I held a small funeral for the homeless woman. My mother couldn't disobey my sister. I asked her why. She said she had been threatened with harm by Laura. I was being protected without knowing it. I feel my mother's strong love for me now. This time I will protect my mother.
Hi, Dana. I sent you guys a gift basket the other day, but it came back to me. Have you guys moved by any chance?
Yes, we moved. That was a year ago.
What? Did you move that long ago? Why didn't you tell me? That gift basket had some great wine.
Did I ask you to send me a gift basket?
What?
I didn't ask you to send me any, and then you complained about us moving. I'm pretty uncomfortable about it.
It's true you didn't ask, but it'd be best if you told me you had moved.
Is there a law that says I have to report everything to my mother-in-law? Am I being punished for something?
What?
There is no such law, right? So why should I be blamed for it? It is our freedom when and where we move.
Of course it's your freedom, and I'm not blaming you for moving. But you could at least tell me where you moved to. We have family, and we should at least know where you live.
What are you gonna do with our address? I'm not letting you visit us.
Oh? Am I not allowed to visit you?
Were you planning to come over? Do you think that's normal? You're amazing! This is why I don't understand people in the rural area.
Did I say something wrong? What's wrong with parents visiting their son and daughter-in-law? And it's not every month. I want to visit once or twice a year for a cup of tea.
I absolutely refuse. We'll never let you come into our charming new house. Just thinking about it makes me feel dirty and horrified.
What do you mean?
Are we all done talking? I just had a baby. I'm too tired to text.
Wait a minute. Did you say you just had a baby? A baby? Do you guys have a baby now?
Yes, about a month ago.
What? I didn't know you were pregnant or anything. And you had a baby a month ago? Why didn't you tell me something so important?
Are there laws that I have to tell you? I told people I wanted to tell.
What do you mean by that? I am your mother-in-law. We are also the grandparents of your child. And you don't want us to know about your baby?
Grandparents? You're insane to treat me like this. This is why I don't like people from the countryside.
What?
I told you when James and I got married, didn't I? I married James and became his wife. I have no intention of becoming a family with you guys. I clearly told you I want to keep a reasonable distance.
Yes, of course. I remember that. So I'm keeping a distance as you wish. But you have to inform us of significant events like a move or the birth of a child. At the very least, you need to share information.
There is nothing to share with you. Can you please understand the difference in level between you and me? I was born and raised in New York City. I'm not like you country people.
What?
I will raise my child as I want. I want my child to become a city girl like me. So I won't let her see a farmer like you in the countryside.
What? So I won't be able to see my adorable grandchild?
If you really want to see your grandchild, I will send you a picture. But in return, please send us some gifts and money. What about $10,000? You can go to my registry and pick up some gifts too.
$10,000?
She's a long-awaited adorable grandchild, right? She's your eldest son's baby. $10,000 should be good enough. If you don't, I won't let you see her at all, and I won't even send you a picture.
Okay then. I won't contact you anymore.
I would be very grateful if you would not. Goodbye.
Why didn't you tell me about the move and the baby girl? You guys are so rude. You don't let your parents know anything. What? How do you know about that?
Dana told me just now.
I understand if we made you guys feel uncomfortable. But she told me she hates people like me, people from the countryside. What a rude person. Calm down, Mom. I explained it to you at the wedding. She grew up in New York City. She's sensitive. And it's normal nowadays to want to keep some distance from your in-laws. She told me she would keep your new address private. She didn't tell me about your baby. And she wouldn't let me see my grandchild. What's normal about that? But why do we have to be the bad guys just because we won't tell you? It's our right not to tell you everything. You say the same thing as Dana. Why are you guys treating us like this? Do you think it's okay? Yes, it's fine. You are indeed country people. And what's wrong with trying to keep a reasonable distance? What? I won't tell you where we live now. But we got a condo in Manhattan. I'm a finance guy on Wall Street. I make a lot of money. Thanks to Dana's parents, who own thousands of millions of dollars. We are living in a different world. What do you mean by that? You are different from us who live in the countryside? Yes, that's right. Our world is different from yours. And of course our kid too. So please understand why I didn't tell you where we live or about my baby. We don't want country people in our lives. What horrible things to say! How dare you say that to your mother? Still, I'm grateful to you guys. Even though I grew up in the countryside, you put much effort into my education. While everyone else around me graduated from high school and went to work for local companies, I went to a university and studied abroad. That's why I'm here now, working for a big financial company in New York City, and I met Dana. You are so grateful, but won't let me see my grandchild? Dana told me I must send $10,000 and some gifts to see your baby. She says she would send me a picture. Dana said that? So I said no. I don't want any pictures. I don't need to see my grandchild. So, we are both in agreement, right? You will not see our kid and don't interfere in our lives. We are sending our girl to a famous kindergarten in Midtown. I was worried you might have bad influence on my baby girl. Huh? We want her to go to Highland Kindergarten. We need to do our job as parents for her future, right? So, you can watch over her success from far away.
It's already been a week since then. Are you sure about this? If you send us some money, you can see the pictures of my baby.
Thanks for the reminder, but don't worry about the pictures.
You're so stubborn, aren't you? People from the countryside are so stubborn. You must be dying to see your adorable grandchild.
But the strangest thing is that I don't want to see them at all. I wondered if it's because she's you and James' baby.
You're being so stubborn again, aren't you? If you don't have money, say so.
What?
I know you don't even have $10,000. I don't think you have any extra savings. You want to see my baby, but you guys don't have any money, right?
Please stop. That's not the reason why we're turning you down.
Can you keep up your silly stubbornness like that? If you sincerely apologize, I may forgive you.
What?
Please get down on your knees and ask to see your grandchild. Then I'll send you at least one photo for free.
I can't believe you said that. You have no right to demand such a thing.
Oh, really? You're a country girl with a lot of pride, right? You don't want to apologize to a city girl, huh?
It's not about pride. It's about common sense. It doesn't matter if you live in a suburb or the city. You look down on people and make fun of them with such nonsense. That's enough. You should apologize.
Huh? Why do I need to apologize to you?
I'm sure you will apologize soon anyway. And you and James will beg me, please, will you meet our child?
You must be dreaming. We can't do that to my baby who inherited our superior DNA. We would never do such a thing. Our child will go to a sophisticated and famous kindergarten.
I will never let your child go to my kindergarten.
What?
A child with superior DNA? If the parents have a problem, I will never let them in. You've already been rejected. I won't even let you come to our interview.
What is it all of a sudden? What on earth are you talking about? We are sending my baby to Highland Kindergarten, not some run-down, muddy rural kindergarten.
I've been talking about Highland Kindergarten. I'm the chairperson of the board there.
What? Are you the chairperson of the board?
Yes, I am. But I'm almost ready to retire. I'm leaving the actual management to my cousin. I'm staying out of business as much as possible now.
Wait a minute. What? What is this? Is this some joke? You live in the countryside but are the chairperson of that famous kindergarten? April Fool's Day is still a long way off.
I'm not one to tell boring jokes. As I said, I'm ready to retire. I'm living in the countryside and working remotely.
No. This is impossible. I mean, you should have told me something as important as this.
Oh? Is there a law that says I have to tell my title?
Oh.
Oh, well, I wouldn't be so mean and secretive. I told you when I first met you, you didn't seem interested at all.
What? Did you tell me at that time?
Yes, I told you that I run a kindergarten, but you interrupted me and started talking. You told me that you wanted to maintain some personal space.
Maybe I said something like that. But I didn't know. I didn't know you were running a famous kindergarten in New York City.
Oh, I have 2 kindergartens. I run a small kindergarten over here, too.
You do?
You make fun of people who live in rural areas, but it has some advantages. My husband and I moved here from New York City to raise James. We started living here when he was 2 years old. We didn't give him any special luxuries.
Oh, no!
James grew up in nature. He took an interest in everything and developed a positive attitude. I thought I'd succeeded in raising him, but I had no idea he'd be like this as an adult. I think I'm going to retire from running all those kindergartens now.
I don't know what to do. I looked up Highland Kindergarten on the internet and found your name as a member of the board of the directors.
My parents were very wealthy. I live in the countryside now, but I have a lot of connections. I've been keeping quiet about this until now, but some of my relatives are also connected to your parents' company.
Really?
That's why I'm so sad this happened to us. But we have different values, and I don't blame you. I won't see my grandchildren or any of you for the rest of my life. Please wait! Will you still meet my daughter? I'll invite you to our new condo. I'll do whatever you want, so please forgive me for being rude. You should never say you would do whatever they want. Besides, you can't do much for me. So, you don't have to do anything. Please keep your distance from us as you have always done. Hey Mom, is it true? Are you a board member of Highland Kindergarten? I've told you this many times before. I have a small kindergarten here and another one in New York City. You also know that I travel to New York City regularly for work. I know that, but I didn't think you were serious. I thought you were just visiting New York City for fun. You know, musicals, museums. You're such a child. But now I finally understand. That's why you put so much effort into educating me. Let children have a lot of experiences. That's my motto. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry. Diana and I completely misunderstood you. You know what? It'll be best if you came to visit us sometime. I want to apologize, and I'd like you to meet my daughter. No, thank you. I don't want to see your faces. Don't be so cold. She's your eldest son's kid. You don't even want to see my daughter? Yeah, that's right. I'm cutting ties with you. What? I've explained this to Dana's parents. I told them that I was disowning you. I asked them to care for my beautiful granddaughter and my stupid son. No way! Did you tell Dana's parents about all this? Yes, I told them everything. You guys would keep your new address private. Dana asked for $10,000 as a gift. And you guys wanted to take it back as soon as you found out I was the chairperson of a famous kindergarten. What did Dana's parents say? They said they'd consider staying out of you and Dana's life. I heard they're helping you with the monthly mortgage and living expenses. They've been doing this for their daughter and granddaughter, but they said it was a wake-up call. Oh no! Do you think they're going to cut off their support? We'll be in big trouble. I make decent money, but the mortgage for my condo in Midtown is just outrageous. We can't afford to live here without their support. I can't help you guys because we are cutting off our ties. No way! Well then, good luck to you two talented people. I will take it easy in the countryside. Dana's parents wanted us all to talk face to face. So the couple and the parents had a meeting to discuss the situation. I explained everything that had been said and done. As a result, Dana's parents were furious. Also, it was so obvious that Dana was expecting her parents' money. Finally, they declared that they would never support Dana and James. I reminded them that I had cut ties with them. Dana and James both cried and apologized to us. After that, James and Dana sold their condo and moved into an apartment. This time, they sent us postcards with their new address. Before I could see it, my husband had put it in our fireplace.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.